Okay, here we are, we're back. I did a couple of videos on these little red razzle kegs and the silver razzles on how to set them up in a rack. I figured I'd just do a video on how to install the E-match if you want to shoot the entire cake instead of breaking them all apart. How to install an E-match in them safely and then shoot it to where and at any point here you can replace an E-match with just that Biggs gray fast visco. You know, and it's the same effect here. It's the same, not the same, but close to the same effect you're looking at. So what we're going to do is we're just going to find the fuse. We'll just cut a real small square really lightly out of the paper, lightly, so we don't hurt anything. We don't cut any fuse or into any tubes. With a razor knife. I'm just going to pop that paper off of here. Here you can see we've got the fuse, and it looks like this is where it goes in. But as we're going to go on, we'll see that it doesn't go in here. It goes a little farther down. So you can see that. I can zoom in a little bit. You're going to be able to see that the fuse is going to go down just a little bit farther. This is just another little layer of cardboard. Very carefully cut that without cutting into the fuse or anything, and you can see that the fuse in fact comes down to right here. Okay, so how this works is when this fuse lights, it's going to send this tube up. When this tube goes up, the fire from this tube going up is going to light this next fuse, which you're not going to be able to see it right now. It's probably right here. It goes straight from here to here. So the fire from this tube, once this fuse goes up, is going to light this one, and then it's going to go from here all the way back and forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this fuse out. Comes out. Then I'm going to take what they call them lolly pokes. You can buy them on Pyro Universe. It's a solid brass piece. The importance of solid brass would be that it doesn't create any sparks, whereas a piece of metal or something like that would create sparks. This will not. So we'll take this, we're just going to stick it in here, ream this hole out. So we got plenty of room to put our E-match. Okay? Then we're just going to take our E-match. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. Then we'll just take our E-match right here. We're going to unwrap it. And you see we leave the shroud. Always leave the shroud on. You can pop the match part out, but you want to always leave the shroud on, as it keeps from, if you were to hit this with a hammer, it would go off. So you want to try to protect this all you can, so if you were to drop the cake or something like that, it doesn't set it off. So we just place the shroud into the cake, just like this. And then we would take some tape, which for right now we'll just use this clear packing tape, because that's what I've got handy. It's always better to use maybe a duct tape or a different kind of packing tape. We're just going to place that right over this. This one I'm not really too worried about because I'm only taking it right around the corner to light it. So tape that into there. And then, just for a little better security, we're going to tape the match, the wire, right to the cake. So if you were to trip over it or something, you're not going to pull the match out of the cake. Okay? So we've got the head of the match going right into the powder, and the match taped to the cake. Something imperative here that you always make sure, again, that before you do this, you shunt the ends. You twist the ends of the match together, so there's no way that static electricity can set it off. So what I'm going to use tonight, again, like I use a lot, I'm just going to use this little cheap He made in China receiver, only because it's easy to use. I'm only shooting 1 Q. That's it. You plug the ends of the wire right into the receiver, and polarity doesn't matter on these. And then you've got the little remote control. This particular one is A, so I push A, and I'll just show you how we can do instant ignition on a cake with a cheap little system like this. Basically, you would use this if you want to do a professional looking 1.4 show. This is how you would do it. If you had access to E-matches, you would do it like this, because you get instant ignition the second you push the Q. Instead of waiting for the fuse to burn, you get ignition immediately, and I'll show you that in the next video.